Hey guys. um, Hi. I'm so sorry that I'm not going to be there this week and then I missed for some of y'all the second day of school for most of y'all. And Friday. It's just nuts. I sound a whole lot better today than I have. And I feel somewhat better and I'm sorry I'm recording from sitting in my bedroom. I'm in isolation right now. Obviously, and I can't go anywhere. So, anyways, I just want to go over a couple things about what I want y'all to do in research this week, and it's okay. Like we're not really losing much time. The lesson I was going to do Thursday and Friday with you guys, I'm just going to record in a little bit, and y'all can just watch it sometime this week. But we were going to work on your elevator speech this week anyways, and I was going to start the 50 source assignment this week. So y'all get to just do that now, and I'm just going to let you know now what I want y'all to work on. So the first thing I want you to work on is the elevator speech. Now, y'all, this shouldn't take you all week to do. You already had Friday to work on it, and hopefully you can finish it today or tomorrow. Okay, it shouldn't take that long to do this elevator speech. What you really need to focus your time on this week is working on this 50 source assignment. So let's talk about this elevator speech. I think you can see the screen. So this is classroom here. And I'm just going to scroll down to here because I've included this elevator speech. Okay. So for this, y'all are going to actually do this in person, in class. My video is being slow. Sorry, hold on. We go. You'll do this in person in class, but I do want you to do a Google slide and not an actual poster. All right, so what I want you to put on that slide, if you go back over here to project templates, click on that. And here you go. The very first one, notice this says stage 1. This is what I want your slide to look like. So at the top, you need to have your title, your draft title, working title. This is probably going to change, but that's okay. Over on the left, your problem statement / summary of the topic you want to look at. What are your potential main sources you're going to look at? Maybe right now this might change based on some of that you were supposed to find 10 sources over the summer. So, you maybe use those. We'll see. Or these can be big things like, I don't know, big articles you've read so far, maybe the one you kind of got your idea off of, whatever. Or your draft of your research question. I'm going to make a video in a little while about the research question. It's something we would have done on Friday, but I haven't felt good enough to make a video until really today, I think. So I'll work on that today to give y'all to watch tomorrow. But your working research question, what is the point? So who cares? Why does the study matter? What's the significance of it? Or the value? Who's going to benefit from the results of your study? All right, and then at the bottom, places to look for help. So do you have any potential advisors in mind? Who are some people you can talk to? What community organizations could you potentially contact for additional help, advice, libraries, etc.? So there you go. Your elevator speech should take no more than 5 minutes. And when we're finished doing your elevator speech, everybody in class is going to give everybody feedback, peer review. So we're going to start these speeches on Monday. So that's that. If you have any questions, please just email me or post them in Classroom, and I'll try to respond as soon as I can get around to it, okay? And if you go back, let's see, to the rubric here, this kind of talks about what it is, that templates. I got that from this link right here, just so you know. And we're going to do these a number of times over the semester, so this is just your first one. I do want to point out that this very first one, down here I wrote, the first stage is not graded. Okay, so I'm going to give you a completion grade, but I'm not going to grade you on like how well you do. But the other stages, stage 2, 3, and 4, are going to be graded or evaluated according to particular rubrics. And so these rubrics, if you wanted to see them, you don't have to worry about it right now because I'm not going to grade it like this, but they're on here. And this is based on your pod that eventually we're going to do in the spring. So that's what this rubric is based on, but we'll talk more about this later since we're not using it for this one. Okay. And so that's all. We'll talk about how we're going to give feedback later on, but this is what we're going to do for feedback if you want to read it. So that's the elevator speech. Like I said, it shouldn't take you that long to work on it. I really want you to spend most of your time this week. You're going to want to spend most of your time this week on this 50 source assignment. Okay, so let's go back to class. I'm really sorry, y'all. All right, and the 50 source assignment, if you go into classwork, it's right here under situating a body of knowledge. Okay, I have included two things in here. One is this slide deck, which I'm going to go over in just a second. And then the second is the template for you to use for your 50 source assignment. Everybody has their own copy of this, so you don't need to make your own copy. But I just want to run down it through real fast. You're going to have to find 50 sources, and they're in five different categories. Okay, so the first category is open sources, and I'm pretty sure I left 10 rows in here. So you'll have 10 for open sources, 10 for historical, 10 current climate, 10 research methods, and 10 discipline specific. I'm going to talk about those in just a minute, but there they are. Now, you were supposed to find over the summer 10 sources already and do an annotated bibliography for those. You can use those 10 sources, just put them wherever they belong in here. I think I told you to find open sources, so maybe all these are already finished for you, and that would be great. So you can go ahead and just do this for those. You do need to do this, but go ahead and do that for those. Okay, let me go to the slide deck here. Okay, I want to go back to here for a second. The 50 source assignment, I put in here in the description when the due dates are. Now, the due date on here right now is September 7th. That's when your first 25 sources are due. Okay, and you already have 10 of them finished. So good. The next due date is the very next week on the 13th. So that's not a whole lot of time to find 25 more sources. So you actually should have more than 25 by the time you turn it in on the 7th, because you already should have 10, right? And basically between now and then, we're going to do elevator speeches and there might be a few other things, but I'm going to give you class time to work on this. This is what you should be doing during your class time. So you really need to use your time wisely. I cannot stress that enough, or else you're going to get really stressed out. Okay, let me go over back to here. All right. Somebody's already on this, looking at it. All right. So this 50 source assignment, we're going to what we call situate ourselves in the body of knowledge. We got to really sit inside of the body of knowledge is what is already out there that is known about your particular topic. So we got to immerse yourself in it to really make a good research question and understand what's going on. So the body of knowledge, let me move my head, is going to provide information that's going to obviously let you know more about your topic. The more you know, the more versed you are, and the better research question you're going to be able to develop. You're going to be able to fill in any missing information you might have, or you might also be able to really identify the gap in the knowledge that exists. Or you might realize the gap I thought existed actually doesn't exist, but maybe I can do this instead. It also can help you think about potential methods. 10 of the sources are going to be related to methodology. And it can help you find sources you potentially can contact. Sometimes you can contact the authors of these studies for advice and help. So here you go. So like I said, there's 5 major collections, and we're going to go over each one of them individually. You're going to find 50 sources, 10 from each. And for each source, you have to make this table. So I've already made you kind of the template to use. So you just kind of fill it in. But in that, you need to include the title of your source, the author of the source, a URL that's been tested, so it should work every time you click on it, and then a brief summary. Okay, bullet points or sentences. Now, y'all, this shouldn't be just one bullet point. It should be a brief summary, but it doesn't need to be an annotation yet either. This is a very long assignment, y'all. 50 sources is a lot. So you need to pace yourself and use your time wisely in class. Oh, I'm getting tired, sorry. Okay, so these open sources. Open sources are ones that are just kind of out there. These are the ones you were supposed to find over the summer, I think. Hopefully you did it. Anyway, so these are things like social media, CNN, news channels or whatever, newspapers, blogs. And so this kind of gives you an idea of what's out there, kind of like popular information that's out there, kind of casually. These are not primary sources at all. These could even be like tertiary. I mean, who knows? But these help to figure out whether your idea is like timely. Do we really care about this right now? And does it have value or significance? The next set of 10 sources are historical sources. And these are the ones that are going to help you kind of delve into the history of your topic. And so these are not really necessarily going to be primary sources either. So these can be encyclopedia sources. Don't use Wikipedia. Don't do it. Okay. But they will help you understand how your topic has progressed over time. When did people first start looking at this? What has happened over time? What have people found out over time? It's sort of kind of where it gives you an idea of where they've been, but where we are kind of in this area. So it also helps to see if your ideas are outdated. Maybe you realize, oh God, they did this in 1999. Like we don't need to look at this. So it also can help you figure out a particular angle. Maybe what you're thinking about has been done, but maybe if you look at it a different way, it hasn't been done yet. So, all right, the third area is current climate. Now, these are primary sources. These have to be peer reviewed, all of these. Basically, from now on, all of them have to be peer reviewed. And so you need to look at, like, use words. I'm sorry, I'm tired. The USC library, if you want to. Ask Miss Bird. You can use Google Scholar. A lot of times on Google Scholar, you can't get to, there's like paywalls. If you run into a paywall, y'all just email me and let me know the article you want to find, and I can try to find it for you. This week, I might not be able to find it for you as quickly as I can when I come back to work, but I will try to find it for you this week when I get a chance. Okay, so this really helps to figure out the gap in your research. Yep. Okay. Remember, at the end of these articles, it's talk about like future areas for future directions, and you can always look at that. But just keep in mind feasibility. Is this idea feasible? Y'all just don't ever forget that. Feasible in just a few months, because you've got to do this research and finish it before winter break. All right, the next set of sources have to do with research methods. So all of these need to sort of look at the methods you are potentially looking at. Y'all, you might not be thinking about just one method. There might be a few. So they don't have to be the same methods, okay? But these also have to be peer-reviewed. So, and then the last set of 3 also have to be, last set of 10, also have to be peer-reviewed. These are discipline-specific. So these don't necessarily have to be about your research topic itself, the specifics, but they have to be specific to your discipline. So if you're doing something in engineering, these need to be all engineering papers, maybe all civil engineering if you're looking at something civil like roads and concrete and stuff. And this kind of helps you get an idea of how papers are written in your particular area. Engineering papers are written kind of very differently than like chemistry papers. But anyways, if you're doing chemistry, you need to find in chemistry. So it helps you get an idea of how papers are written in that particular area. All right, so that's the end of that assignment. I hope it makes sense, y'all. I'm really sorry I'm recording this and I'm half sick. But if you have any questions, let me know. Just start filling out that document. Pace yourself, y'all. Do a little bit every day. I'm giving you all this class time to work on it, and you would have gotten this class time anyways, even if I was there. So make sure you use your time wisely so you don't get overwhelmed at the end, okay? Email me if you have any questions, and I can't wait to see y'all soon.